So a question I often get asked is Binance a scam? Are they gonna take my money? Is it a scam site or is it really a legit place? And I understand the sentiment because when I started out, I had a fraction of a Bitcoin, had a little crypto, and I really didn't want to lose it. And you know, you hear all these stories you read them on blogs and you see them on Facebook. They're just so many scammers out there, so many people who try to lure you in with ads. Google AdWords is a very sneaky way to lure people into a scammy website, or all these phishing websites where they impersonate a serious exchange, and they just want to get your username and your password because they want to steal your coins, right? So naturally, I was really wary about going to Binance, but there I was. I had a little Bitcoin and I wanted to buy some altcoins, right? And I've heard Binance, the name, thrown around a lot as a place to buy some alternatives, some alt cryptos, and yeah, I went there and I signed up and I wanted to check it out. So I go to Binance, and the first thing I see on the website is there's some really weird Chinese symbols. Although I'm on an English website, so that was like, whoa, okay, that is really weird. That seems bit shady to me. By now they have actually changed that, but back then when I logged in for the first time, it was still like half Chinese, half English, because it's Chinese crypto exchange, right? Anyway, so I log in and basically you go to balances and you choose Bitcoin, and they give you a deposit address. So I had a little Bitcoin stored on an offline wallet, and I copied that address into my wallet and I clicked send, and then I started hoping that my money is going to arrive there, and that they're not going to steal it, right? Took me well over an hour for the Bitcoin to actually arrive in Binance, and I was really nervous at that time, like waiting for it. But in the end, it arrived, and I was pretty relieved. So just kept refreshing the website, and at some point it appeared in my balances, right? So the next thing that I wanted to do is to withdraw the money, to see if they're going to let me withdraw it, right? That's what you have to check first before you trust any website, right? So I went to the balances, I clicked the withdraw button, and the next thing that happened is that they said you cannot withdraw before you verify yourself. So I thought, well, that's a bit of a sneaky model. You can deposit your money, but you cannot take it out before you verify yourself. Okay, well, all right. So, well, it was a bit of a turn off as well, because why do I have to give them my credentials and my ID card? Why do they want my personal info, and why are they not letting me take my Bitcoin out without giving it to them? But I've learned that actually pretty much all exchanges need to do that, because they have to go through what is called a compliance process based on the country that they're in, and to be compliant and able to run the exchange, they have to take the credentials of the customers. So it's a necessary verification process. Anyways, I uploaded my ID card, and I think it took me about a day or something to get verified, and on the next day I could actually make the withdrawal, and it worked. And it worked beautifully, and I was really happy about it. And they took a little bit of a fee for the withdrawal process, but that was fine. The money was back in my wallet, and I was relieved. So since then I have made hundreds, more than hundreds of transactions on Binance, and I came back there, and turns out it's a really, really good platform. It's definitely not a scam. It is 100% legit. You can deposit your money, you can withdraw your money, no issues there. And turns out it is one of the most stable exchanges out there right now, and that has a really good variety of cryptocurrencies that you can purchase and trade against Bitcoin, and it has really low fees. So if you let me elaborate a bit on that, um, during 2017, exchanges that were more popular at the time, like Bittrex and Poloniex, started to experience a lot of issues. Like at some days there would be so much traffic on their servers because people were trading that their front end of their website would go down for a while. Like you click on the button, but the screen is not loading, and that sucks. If you're in a trade, if you're in an active trade and you want to pull your money out, and their website has issues, then you could potentially lose a lot of money. So when these issues started to happen, more and more people started shifting to Binance, right? And at the end of this, by the end of 2017, Binance had become the biggest crypto exchange in the world based on market cap and transactional volume. How cool is that? So the point I'm trying to make is that it's a very reliable exchange from the in terms of transactional handling, handling of transactional volume, and also it's so big now that they have, like, they cannot afford to scam you out of your money, because that would hurt their reputation too much. If they would scam their customers out of their money, people would come back, leave bad reviews, and they would just miss out on profit, right? When there was this whole China issue around November, Binance actually moved out of Shanghai and they moved to Taiwan and Japan, so that they are in a more safe environment in terms of legal matter. So that is, I find, a bonus aspect to traders who trade on that platform, because we can see that the company cares about its users and wants to stay ahead of the regulations and make sure that there's no threat from the legal side, right? So they are looking forward, they're looking towards the future, and they're trying to find the safest option for their users. So the other thing is, Binance actually has pretty much the lowest fees of all other exchanges. So the way an exchange works is that they take a tiny cut on every trade that you make, and on Binance it's 0.1. Usually I think it's 0.25 that the other exchanges take, like Bittrex, but on Binance it's 0.1% on each trade. And somewhere in the middle of 2017, they introduced the Binance token, and if you purchase a Binance token, you can use it to pay your fees on Binance, and what happens then is that you get 50% off the fee. So then you're only paying 0.05% fee on each trade. Turns out that is really popular because people have been buying Binance token to pay less fees. So yeah, I'm really happy with Binance. It's a great exchange. You can only use it if you have Bitcoin already, or if you have cryptos already. You cannot convert US dollar or any kind of fiat currency into cryptocurrency on Binance. So you have to get your Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever, you have to get it somewhere else. But once you got it, you can send it to the Binance deposit address, and then you can start trading for other altcoin pairs. So yeah, it's just a crypto exchange. But I guess something I want to give you along the way some advice, I guess. What I've learned is you have to be really careful when going to websites. Don't go through a Google ad, because there are a lot of scammers who impersonate websites like Binance and send you to a scammy website. So read the correct Binance address and rather type it into the address bar or copy the exact website URL in your browser so that you know that you're 100% on the legit website. When you are on Binance, when you want to log in, check that there's a padlock in the browser bar on the left-hand corner. Check that it's a green padlock. That means that this website is secure and encrypted. So that's the thing you should always check before you log in. And number 3 would be always enable two-factor authentication. I cannot stress this enough. This will literally protect your crypto. This is literally one of the most important things. If you're on Binance or any other crypto exchange, go to settings, click security, enable two-factor authentication. What happens then is you have to download the Google Authenticator on your phone or some other device. And when you log in, you not only have to enter your password, you also have to enter a number which keeps changing on that device in the app. And it's just, you're making it twice as hard for somebody to hack you. There are a lot of people who are trying to get your crypto, a lot of people who would really love to take and steal your Bitcoin. So you really have to care about security in these days. And having the two-factor authentication enabled is just adding a really, really good additional layer of security to your Bitcoin, yeah. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you want to go and buy some altcoins, do some trading, Binance is a really great place to do it. You can check the link in the description where you can go and sign up. And yeah, please make sure to check the browser for the padlock, enable two-factor authentication, and happy and safe trading.